Migrants being encountered by Border Patrol in the El Paso sector, leaving shelters with more space. However, the situation in Juarez, much different as migrants are being expelled out of the U.S. and back to Mexico. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Morgan. Natasha is off. KTSM 9 News reporter Shelby Kapp is live in South El Paso tonight, where migrants continue to sleep outside of Sacred Heart Church. Shelby, what does it look out there tonight?
Yeah, Andy, fewer migrants than we've seen, but people are still sleeping out here on the street tonight. You can see tents and people crammed together trying to stay warm with blankets. Now, while we're still seeing people on the streets here, shelters do say they have fewer migrants here in El Paso, but just across the border in Juarez, that's different as Venezuelans are being expelled. A shelter in Ciudad Juarez completely full as migrants from Venezuela who crossed into the U.S. illegally are expelled to Mexico.
All of us are from Venezuela and we need help because we are here suffering. And to top it off, immigration gets us and deports us to a different town.
Meanwhile, in El Paso, migrants, some from Venezuela, sleep on the street near Sacred Heart Church. But with fewer migrants overall crossing into El Paso, the director for the Opportunity Center says they have capacity.
Well, last night, because we had space within the facility, our street outreach team went out to Father Ram by Sacred Heart, and we brought 20 family members in. I think it was a total of 4, possibly 5 families that we brought in. And so our numbers are back up.
But not all shelters will accept migrants who are undocumented. The Diocesan Migrant and Refugee Services in El Paso saying that's due to FEMA funding, but says there's also other struggles involved.
The state of Texas, through the governor's office, has taken the position, a pretty hard position, that individuals, that even transporting somebody, driving somebody perhaps from the shelter to the airport could be considered harboring or participating in smuggling in some way.
These migrants out here tonight in South El Paso staying as close to this church here, Sacred Heart Church. If you actually go ahead and take a look, you can see that there is a fence here put up around the church, and people are actually crammed behind those blankets that you see, staying as close as they can to this church. Now, part of this is because, as we reported, churches are considered protected areas, meaning that they are generally protected from CBP. They don't generally go in and do immigration enforcement at churches. Reporting live in South El Paso, Shelby Kapp, KTSM 9 News.
Shelby, thank you.